When we're not in authentic self-confidence, we're feeling insecurities, we're feeling feelings of self-doubt, feelings of not good enough. And I like to help people to drop that baggage of what or who they think they should be so that they can get back to feeling confident and relaxed. There are certain areas of our lives where we feel confident. There's other areas of our lives where we don't feel confident. And they're all depending on our upbringing, our environment, and our experiences. And we often feel heavy, confused, frustrated, not good enough, powerless, insecure, anxious, and the list, it goes on. And these create a different kind of confidence. It doesn't come from that knowingness. It comes from a perspective of not feeling good enough and having to compensate and having to prove oneself. So how do we get from there, from feeling not good enough to feeling good enough and knowing our authentic selves, right? Knowing our authentic confidence. First, we have to find out what's going on in our belief system and identify what we're practicing, what we are believing, what we're telling ourselves, what our opinion is of ourselves, what our perspectives are at an emotional and mental level. Look at it and say, does this benefit me? Does carrying this around really benefit me? So many of us have unintegrated trauma as well. That trauma can come from many areas. One of the places I like to focus and pinpoint is the trauma of being denied our true selves and being made to feel like our true selves are wrong and bad by other people. As a defense mechanism to keep us safe, our minds have shut down that authentic self because it's not safe. Someone has judged us about it, or someone has criticized us, or someone has made us feel like that authentic self is bad and wrong. It's not safe to be ourselves. Because it's not safe to be ourselves, we create another self, which I call the role self. And this role self has been constructed using all of the roles that people expect us to play. I believe that we were born confident and in alignment with our true selves. The true self wants to express itself, it wants to be known, it wants to show up in the world, and it's trying to get our attention. Our body uses negative emotions to draw our attention to something. And when we begin to view emotions as signposts, as red flags, that they're not bad, then we can look at them objectively. Yes, they feel bad, because then you wouldn't take notice. And some of us have gotten really used to just ignoring it, and it becomes part of our everyday life, right? We'll have seen toddlers and children express themselves and play and dress themselves and run around. We're allowed to do that up to a certain point. We're allowed to express ourselves. And then something happens. Then we are in some way criticized, shamed, or made to feel bad about ourselves, about how we look, about money, creativity. The list is endless about the ways that we can feel bad about ourselves, you know. And then because of that bad feeling, that's the emotional guidance system giving us the red flag that we're out of alignment. This is not our truth. An example of that would be an adult making us feel that we must be a certain way in order to receive emotional connection or approval. And this creates a perspective of the need to people please, a feeling of unworthiness, and feelings of not good enough. 4 things that I see the most in my clients is people pleasing, unworthiness, not good enough, and powerlessness. I feel like everyone on the planet has an element of this. There's an element of these core beliefs and perspectives and emotions like within them. Some of us, because of this, have created a role self where you feel like you've got to keep yourself small, not feel confident, not feel your true expressed self for the risk of criticism and rejection. 2 very powerful energies, criticism and rejection.